Hump day.
Hump day. That's it. That's what I'm talking about, Tim.
How we doing? How we doing?
It's a beautiful day. It's Wednesday.
I'm glad to know it's hump day. I'm glad to know it's
never
Wednesday.
even heard that on the spaces.
Well, I had to say that right away because I know how good you guys are keeping track of what day of the week it is.
Well, it is. We had a rough one last week. We
Right.
didn't know which one.
You guys probably still think it's Monday because you didn't come to the show last night. I had to do this by myself. Thank you.
Oh, that's
What?
right.
Appreciate that.
Tim, you're such a trooper.
Somebody got some good deals last
If I
night.
really thought you guys watched the show, you would have known that I was here by myself.
You would have known.
Anyway,
Actually, I will say this. I looked at my computer. I'm like, it's 7:30. I missed the show. So I realized it an hour later.
There you go.
if you came on at 7:35, you would have missed the show. It was like lickety split. We did the auction, and that was that. So, and I think we're coming close to things here. 5 minutes. 5 minutes to go. Let's go. Black Mamba currently at 1567. Turkey Princess, there she is at 67.89. We got a Warrior in the middle with the Spartan helmet, 488. The Slash on at 451, and a Crown Bee bringing up the rear with a soccer ball on there, blinged out for 152. That seems like a steal right there.
What a deal. That is a
Yeah,
deal.
I can't believe there's a crown
That's a
up there.
lot of bling. A crown and a soccer ball like that for 152. Come on, guys. Somebody's got to work on that one.
Whoever's holding that price, he's there telling us to shut up. Shut up.
Yeah. Pay no attention to that end. Go back to the other end with the Black Mamba and the Princess.
That is. That's craziness, man. What a deal.
But yeah, well, it looks like people ran out of money. You know, they're bidding over here, and then I'll throw a 152 down on the crown.
Yeah. Well, it's you never know. I mean, like you said, there was some deals last night, right, Tim? Was that you
I
hanging
was
out?
on here. No, it was pretty solid. Somebody got one that was a pretty good deal. I just want to do one refresh, see if anybody's been paying attention to what we got going on here.
Ooh.
6, 8, or 9.
Oh,
there it is.
somebody's
That's
listening.
I said
Somebody went a little crazy.
it's going over 3.
What?
Look at the end of the line. Look
Yeah.
at the end of the line.
48.
What would the 150?
192 turned into 2345. Holy cow.
Something tells me the lumberjack is in the house.
Oh
The
my word.
lumberjack is in the house. I'm not doxing anybody.
That is hilarious.
Those kind of numbers are the lumberjack.
Just
Yeah,
because you weren't here last night, I'll show you. The Barber went for 412. Brunei went for 8899. 888 for the Blaze in the middle, 488. And here's your sale of the night, 411 for this Bumblebee. Very clean Bumblebee right there.
Yeah.
Bubble. Yes, not Bubble.
Oh, good.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Ray.
I'm helping you, Tim. I just try to
said
help.
both those. I don't know how I got through last night without you.
Thank you.
Nobody was probably touching your buttons.
No, everything went smoothly like that. But yeah, there we have it. Over 3 now for the Black Mamba.
3. Look at that.
Oh,
These
look at that.
eights. People loving these 8s.
Hey, I'm
Yeah.
telling you, I think
512.
Turkey's going to go for 11,381.
Wow. Strong. 3 minutes to go. 3 minutes to go. I hope they're using fast gas.
A few days ago.
I'm even saying Turkey's one of the best countries in the world for crypto.
I think I heard
That's
that
from
on
my
the show last
research.
week.
That's
from my
amazing.
research.
That's classic.
He's dropping alpha. Dropping alpha now.
He's dropping up.
And I love turkey for Thanksgiving. I love it.
That's it. That's beautiful. Look
I'm
at
more
that.
of a stuffing guy. Stuffing and mashed potatoes.
Stuffing. Yep.
That's
I love it.
11,000
Oh,
for
yeah.
turkey. I gotta get my phone on. Hold on, let me get in there.
This went from nowhere to everywhere. I don't think anybody's gonna bid anymore on that one. I think that's
Well,
pretty darn good price.
The crowns have been strong of late.
They have.
Yeah.
But they went from 192 to don't even bother bidding anymore.
You think it's the
That's
crown,
like
or you
the
think
level.
it's the safety goggles? I think it's
No.
the safety.
That's the same thing.
It's our fault. The Rainbow Tail. It's the
It's okay.
Rainbow Tail.
Say the D-Ray. It could be the Rainbow Stinger. I think that's what it's causing it to rise.
Yep, the golden wings. That's it.
Yes, golden wings are beautiful.
They are. They glisten. It's nice.
11,000.
Those are strong bids, though.
They are
All across the
strong.
board.
11 for turkey, huh?
Black Mamba's got to go to 4,200. We got a final
Ooh.
minute and a half.
Black Mambas. I know they got something. They're gonna be
Ooh, still the same.
Yes, it is.
Coming in strong.
Yes, it is.
Oh, now we're flashing up the empowerments. Take a look at that.
That's
Ooh,
nice.
There's some alpha for you.
Hey,
There's
you know
some
what
alpha.
You know what I'm really liking? I'm liking this gold neck fur. It looks really good. I mean, even two of you got the one on the warrior. You got the one on the Black Mamba. There's the one turkey.
You know, a wonder bee with a lipstick. I mean, that represents the Wonder Woman. So
That's kind of perfect.
that one could kick up. Yeah.
Yep.
That one's a good one.
You guys, yeah.
What's the final seconds? 11,341. What do we go to here?
Let's see.
It ain't moving. It's gonna stay at 888. Yeah, I told you.
That's nice. Look at that.
34 seconds. Fast gas only, people. Come on.
31 seconds. There we go.
Oh my goodness.
It better be in motion. It better be in motion.
Everything else has stayed the same. Yeah. No changing.
Once it went up to this level, yeah.
Yeah.
D-Ray,
That's
what are you got coming
512.
in on your scan, D-Ray? What are you looking at, D-Ray?
The warrior sell of the night.
Right dead center is where I'm looking.
Oh yeah, that's a good discount.
7
Nice.
seconds to go. 7 seconds.
Five,
If you're not in, you're out.
Yes, this is it. All
Boom.
table closed. Oh,
Oh, I saw 10,000. Wow.
I knew it's the lumberjack. I told you the lumberjack was in the house. Nobody listens to me.
590, 512, 2345, and 312. So only turkey took a bite.
that would
Somebody
be
took
the
a bite out of
lumberjack.
the turkey.
We don't want to show his tree laying down on the ground.
like D-Ray said, that's a nice lady bee right there. It doesn't get
Warrior moved up to 700.
Oh.
Somebody got cheese headed.
Somebody got cheese.
Yeah, just so you know, I did it on my back end because you guys get upset if Tim's not allowed to do it. I'm letting you know, Turkey did go to the lumberjack. I just heard a tree. You should learn to listen to me. I am FOMO head, and
We will listen. We will listen, FOMO.
I knew it was a lumberjack. I told you it was in the house.
Man, I thought I did good. I went strong on the warrior. I went like 20% over what the current bid was, and still lost it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's tough bidding. Good.
Strong bids out there. Strong bids.
Think of that. Think of the coinage that just went to the Dow. What do you think of that, Ray?
I like it.
Did you get a new hat?
Yeah,
Ray?
what is this? 10.
No?
This is vintage. This is vintage bee stuff right here. I'm gonna see if the Black Mambas can get this hat back out. That's what I'm gonna do.
Wow.
Yep.
16,000. Just about 16,000 bee honey.
That's around probably like $20-something. Yeah.
$20,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I know, but you're saying bee honey. I'm just saying. Don't get upset, Tim.
Well, we all love the bee honey. That's what we're trading in.
I know. Absolutely. We said the F word. I know. Fiat.
I didn't say it. Stop. I'm going to mute you. That's enough.
Well, hey, real quick. You want to go through it? You got a lot of people in the chat. Everybody's kind of saying what's up.
There's people watching us?
We got people there, man. I don't want to press the buttons. You get sensitive. I don't want to be
I'm not sensitive at all.
trying to be, you know. Oh,
George. All right, let's take that down so we can get FOMO's reaction. Hey, let's get started. Very good. Hey, fellas, got my snacks ready. Bring some.
There you go.
Good evening, Princess Turkey on the auction block. That's right. Big numbers for Turkey tonight. Did my fight job. Thank you, Deborah.
Yeah, she didn't watch.
Somebody in that house appreciates me.
I think she's talking about yesterday, not today.
Yeah, that one today.
Yeah, I know. She's talking about yesterday. So is that. You got two fans in that house.
Right.
Exciting value pack T-Ray show. SBU Dow.
Thank you.
Very good. Kareem.
Hey, Kareem. Great job on speaking tonight, too. Thank you.
Yes, Kareem, 3K for a Black Mamba. That is big. That is big. Class is in session. Dr. Dozer.
Oh.
Taking the podium. How much bee honey to the Dow tonight? Yeah.
I know. It's nice. There he is.
That's my.
There he is.
He's rubbing it in.
He ain't scared.
What's that?
I told you it was that guy. Hey, listen to me. Does he ever take a vacation without his phone?
I love 7 Sons. Hey, Hot Sack. Yeah.
Hot Sack in the house. Very good.
I know her.
Hey, did you see I was sending her scuba gear? You see some of that cool scuba gear?
Yeah.
Trying to make you spend money.
I appreciate you. Do they accept bee honey?
They do. They do. It's funny, man. It's all good. Good times, man.
Hot Sack, the producer extraordinaire of that wonderful morning show.
Great show.
On Twitter Spaces.
Yep.
I want to just, guys, let you know, thanks for the critique. Thanks for all the text messages coming in. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I appreciate the shows. Like I said, the one at night, we were listening to Kareem and Chris and Cardiac Chris and Austin M2 is great. And then, yeah, you and Hot Sack crush it in the mornings, FOMO. I love it.
We got a good show tomorrow, too. We got a good show. Good show.
Yep, 10 a.m. Eastern. 10 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah,
right?
We're going to be switching that time next week. We're going to go a little bit earlier. We're going to go from 9 to 11. We haven't made the announcement yet. I'm just letting it out there so we can't come back on it. We need to get an hour up earlier. We need to knock it out. We need to have a good time. So we're going to be from 9 to 11, which is 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. our time.
Yeah.
And start our day. So we're really looking forward to it.
Right on, man.
Nice. That's some alpha right there.
That is
some alpha. So there you go.
It's awesome. Janet in the house.
Janet, good to see you.
And community are awesome. Thank you, Will.
Yeah, Jonathan's been crushing it with some graphics and the videos she's making, man. Jonathan's doing great for the Spanish community.
100%.
Very cool.
Yep. They're awesome.
Yeah, Ali B too.
Do you have any news, or do you want me to jump in with something? Or
if you have some, I'll let you start because I got it's there's quite a few up here. So.
Oh, so you just want me to rush through mine then?
No, I want you to take your time, go slow. Have a good time, Tim.
Yeah, I was gonna say if anybody wants to, if everybody wants to learn to dance, make sure you follow Janet. She's got some cool tweets with lots of dance lessons. So that's where I get my dance lessons from. Next time we have an RL, me and Ray's going head to head because I've been watching all Janet's stuff.
Oh boy,
cool dance
laying it down now.
It is. What were you saying, FOMO?
I was just saying. I thought you were the best dancer in the group here, Ray Light. The way you do your moves.
The way you do your moves. Janet, though, it's what D-Ray's talking about. It's Janet. She's rocking it, man. Very cool. Great news, FOMO.
George says, great from the FOMO. Stop having the spaces at the same time. So
I don't know what that
my scrum stand up.
My God, I think he's. I think I know what he means, but George, I apologize. I don't. It'd be shocking. I don't get to pick everything.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There's people that tell me what to do, and I just do it.
Yeah, that's how we got it. That's right.
Oh,
see Deborah right there. Look at that, Deborah. Give a little shout out.
A little shout out. That's how it was.
Just so you know, I was only like 4 feet from those dance moves, and I'll remember those forever.
So this is just a headline. I'll go through mine quick, Ray, just so that you can get to your important stuff. The IMF, which is the International Monetary Fund, says the recession warning sees Bitcoin dip under 21 amid fresh 1 million Bitcoin price forecast. So people are calling for Bitcoin to go to 1 million, right? But they're talking about the recession, what's going on. So they're saying it's going to be another pullback. And we were talking to other people today, but they're quoting from Plan B, which we follow him, Plan B, and Double M Crypto too. So there was a video from Double M Crypto today that says the bottom is in, and he's got graphs to prove it. But maybe I'll share that one another time. But Bitcoin fell below 21, but you can see it's just going sideways from what this is. But people are talking about how the pie charts that are forcing this floor happens right before a big takeoff. But the Fed jitters are just testing. The Fed doesn't like people who run other monetary sources. So of course they're not going to be big fans of Bitcoin. So they're saying, watch out. The trend is shifting. So, just because it pulled back a little bit, they're trying to capitalize on that. But it says, but other people are saying it's still in line for 1 million. Of course, that's in some time from now. Not calling that anytime soon, but they're saying don't get tricked by that, and that volatility is still here, so you can expect some pullback. But this is Plan B's tweet. Some of you are afraid of macro and link between Bitcoin and stock markets. In my opinion, the next 5 years, S&P will be in the $5,000 to $6,000 range, and Bitcoin will be in the 100 to 1 million range. Short term is noise, long term is the signal. And as you can see, this box up here is the zone he's projecting in. And of course, this is from where it was down at $1,000 Bitcoin, reaching up here. So obviously, this trajectory is a chart of past performance, but that is no guarantee of future results. So you got to take that. Where's my banner, Ray? You're not going to help me at all?
I can get it. I was going to do it.
I got it, Ray. It's all right. You just wait for your turn. I'll let you go soon. Solana eyes a 40% jump in August despite a long-term bearish signals. So Solana's got some plans. This was a nice article. This was on Cointelegraph. The bear flags are up, but Solana has a lot of things going on for it. It hits a key inflection point, as you can see here, that it's starting to come around again. So, but they're saying, this could be a bear flag, and could run up a little bit and then test that and come back down. So, but they're looking for an August push for Solana, which is interesting. And they're calling that it could break down again, and go into downward trajectory. But you can see it's still got a lot of support and a lot of volume coming around. So I'm thinking that it might, wander up a little bit. But there was that one. And then the last one, again, the recession is coming. The Fed acknowledges the U.S. economy has softened and enacts the 4th rate hike of 2022. They raised another 0.75 percentage points today. That's their 4th one. So they're trying to cool consumer sentiment, and the consumer price index has risen to 9.1, and the producer price index is 11.3, and those are really high numbers. So they're trying to soften up the market and the economy, and without turning it into a recession, which is incredibly tricky to do. And from other people that I listen to, they're going to drive the rates up high in the first part, and then they're going to have to, it's going to almost force into a recession, and then they're going to have to start easing as soon as early next year, they're saying. So they're playing games trying to, get the economy on pace, but who knows how fast they're going to be able to do that. But we're watching crypto because we are looking for alternatives, right?
Oh, yeah.
Anything else in the news you guys see along those lines of those stories, or do they seem far off? What do you think?
Yeah, but if not, yeah. I mean, I was on that one. I'm gonna delete that one because obviously that was big news today. The Fed,
yeah,
right?
Mm-hmm.
The Fed, and that's why you see both Ethereum, Bitcoin, all those. I think Bitcoin went up.
I'll have something to add, which is interesting because Tim, you're in the real estate business.
Yep.
The 0.75 hike again. There's some rumors out there that that's going to restrict some buyers getting into the market. I think it's going to go up to 5.5% eventually, if not higher. And that might mean housing prices are going to start dropping because the inventory of the markets will be a lot greater. What's your thought on that?
Yes, absolutely right. Tuesday mornings, I run a real estate show as well called Real Estate Unscripted. And I'm on there with my broker friend, Phil. And we had a talk all about that. We talked about the Fed raising rates. It's not exactly, mortgage rates are not exactly tied to that. Mortgage rates are tied to the 10-year bond rate. And the mortgage rates did spike up to over 6% in the last couple weeks, but then they pulled back. But now with this move here, that can play with the market a little bit. So they will be going up. But we had a big talk about how the rates are going to be a little bit affecting the market, but it's more the supply of what's going on. And over the last 2 years, because everyone made the move for more space, being trapped and locked down, there was still a lot of action with no inventory, which drove the prices up. But a lot of people made those moves and got good rates. So to see higher rates now, that's going to pull back on the amount of people that are going to want to get out of their houses. And then we were saying how people made those moves. So we're predicting that the housing market should come back down to 2019 levels, maybe a little more, but it depends on how bad the recession gets as well. But even so, you had a lot of people forced into finding new space, space that they could work from home, or just needing, be able to get outdoors without being around people. That happened in the last 2 years. So that little bit of a rush would soak up a lot of the demand that's potentially out there. So yeah, it's going to be a tricky one.
And then one question too, what about the adjustable rates? The people that didn't get a fixed rate, if they got adjustable, they're in for a happy awakening in the next, 6 months when their rate goes up, whatever the maximum is at a loan. They're definitely going up a point.
Those are not as popular these days. It's not as big a deal because the rates were so low.
Right.
You do that when they're 5 or 6. So now you go and get an adjustable rate. Those things will become a lot more popular now. But when they were down in COVID times, it was 2 or 3%. When you're getting that level, you don't need an adjustable rate.
I appreciate the education. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. That's what George was saying. It's 20% around your area. Purchase, for home purchases in Arizona. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is not horrible because it would stop some Californians coming over. I'm not saying anything. I'm tired of seeing California plates on the Arizona highway. But that's just me. That's just me.
That's just you, Homo. It's all right. It's all good. Hey,
those Californians only want pineapple pizza or something?
Yeah.
Ham and pineapple.
Oh.
Some of them like the salad, like a spring mix on top of their pizza too. But that's a whole nother subject. We'll talk later.
Yep. That's awesome. That's funny. But yes, I have some too. Unless D-Ray or FOMO, you have something I can let you share, or
I didn't do my homework today.
Yeah.
D-Ray, did you do your homework?
All good. Well, I even brought it up because I know D-Ray was on that was a Twitter space, right? It wasn't a podcast. It was
on it. I was just listening in.
I know, but that's
not a Bitcoin maximalist.
Yeah, you were listening. I'm not saying you're part of but you were on there listening.
Bitcoin Maximus does know D-Ray, just so you know.
They do. That's because he was. He's a Bitcoin maximalist himself.
Yeah.
I'm just joking. But no, yeah, just because I'm going to go through some too, and I want I want to discuss this as I'm going. I can't see it when I pull this up, but that's why is I was talking that you're going to see one that's going to talk about Ethereum and Ethereum jumping over Bitcoin, and I want to hear when you're on this space.
The flippening.
Well, they say all these different words, the flippening, yeah. But I don't know, man. I mean, who actually knows when this merge happens, how all this goes? Because I know even too, you see the Lightning Network. There's things that are starting to be built on Bitcoin too, right? It's not like the ecosystem of Ethereum, but I think you're going to see a lot of different cool things, man. I mean, even too when I get into the one that's accepting payments in crypto, and they're just being a kind of a change, right? They're just a changeover, so any business can take crypto, but it's pretty cool, So it's just good stuff. And I'm starting out with something for you, Tim. Right? Only for you, right? It's a big thing because I know Tim. He loves the NFT.
Oh yeah,
domains platform, Unstoppable, right, Tim?
Yes.
So they raised $65 million in Series A at 1 billion valuation. So, that I know you use it. You get a lot of sites over there, and it's a great place. But yeah, they just raised a good amount of money for their first Series A funding, and they're valued at $1 billion company now, right? How long have they been around? Tim?
It's just over a year.
Yeah. So I mean, they offer
Not
all
very
kinds,
long.
right? There are all kinds of different NFT domains. I know we're used to the ENS, where you got the .eth. They got NFTs. What else do they got over there, Tim?
They got .crypto, .nft, .wallet, something else, and .x.
Right.
Just
but yeah.
X. Very big.
They've registered over 2.5 million domains already, right? So again, so here it is. I just asked, and there it is. Since inception of 2018. So 4 years they've been around, and they're kind of rolling out all kinds of different websites that people will purchase, and they got the good deals over there too, right? I know you can get them between like $20 or however high they go, right? I mean, there's
right. Some of them go higher, depends on the name and the length of the URL and all that kind of stuff. But the big thing over here is that once you own it for life.
Right.
There's no re-up in per year or anything else like that. You buy that domain, it's yours for life.
Right. So the CEO, Matthew Gould, is saying, as the digital economy becomes a larger part of our lives, it's time for people to own their identity on the internet. How many times have we been hearing this, right?
Yeah.
And he also added, we're thrilled to partner with Pantera and other investors who share our vision of onboarding billions of people onto Web3 through NFT domains that unlock user-owned, private, and portable identities. Again, all of us, we've been even saying with us, with our DAO and what the bees are going to do, that's kind of part of our thing. We're going to onboard the most people in the world. So look, I mean, that's what they're trying to do too. So it's a great competition for us all to have to go push this adoption. And like I said, I just kind of jumped off there because I know you use that, and I know that I use ENS. So we use just two different things, right? So they're cool. Good stuff. The other one, and we kind of laugh at this one, right? Metaverse division loses 2.8 billion in Q2, right? In the whole year of this department for Meta, they've lost an eye-popping 5.7 billion. Ooh. But this, I mean, again, with Facebook or Meta, whatever you want to call it, they have everything from Facebook, Instagram, Messenger, and WhatsApp, right? So obviously they have money to spend. I mean, they're going to obviously make a big splash in this space. Like we've always talked about, there's going to be this centralized way or the decentralized way. People are going to choose, and that's the way it's going to go. But
you know what that really means, right?
What?
$5.7 billion loss means he's just going to pay less in taxes.
That's true. That's right. He's just going to write it off. That's right.
Yeah. It's like, oops. Oh, well.
But he was saying in the company's quarterly earnings call, Mark Zuckerberg said that the heavy loss division could eventually be worth trillions. Right. That's what we know. You got it. He's trying to build out whatever this meta is going to look like. This metaverse for Facebook, and that's what it costs. I mean, if all I thought is imagine just having 2.8 billion to do what we were doing, right?
Right.
That's why I try to get, you start to get people to understand of what the developers done and what the people who have thought up what we've got over here. This is what usually happens, everybody, is people invest 2.8 billion to go build things out. We invested in ourselves. It's holding in our wallet, right? We didn't give it off to some, hierarchy, and then they went and built something. We invested in ourselves. We hold it in our wallet. It's not in some vault. It's not in some, somebody's safe. It's not anywhere. It's in our wallets. But our developers and everybody built this ecosystem and this structure out, right? That we're going to be now able to use. So it's just a different way. Everybody, really understand. This is what normally happens in business. Is you do this, losses and stuff like this of investment money. That's not what happened over here, right? So it's very fortunate where we're at. It's a very cool place. This is another one. I'm just bouncing off of your thing. I'm not going to go in deep because you just talked about it, but they spiked today. Bitcoin jumped to 22. ETH is at 16 something. So yeah, Crypto Wizard, calm down. Right. And that's what we talk about. he's over there making big moves. But this is up by 11%, and Bitcoin jumped around 5 or 6. So it's outpacing. Ethereum is outpacing. And again, we're going to see what all this merge looks like. And that's what I'm going to jump into because even things like I was saying, talking with Dusty, is this merge. This merge is Ethereum's chance to take over Bitcoin, researchers are saying. So this is all we've been talking about. This proof of stake is changing from proof of work, and we will see. I mean, this is going to be quite the ride, right? This is a big changeover from one type of system of proof of work into proof of stake. And
I just want you to know that this is yesterday's news, right?
Did you go over this, Tim?
Yeah.
Right. Did you? But I'm talking it for D-Ray, right? D-Ray.
I know. There's twice as many people on tonight as there was last night because you were all in that meeting.
Well, it is. That's,
You know,
that's
I'm
'cause,
just
well,
saying that.
they like me better, Tim. That's all. You want to start doing dig? We'll do digs, Tim. We'll do digs, right? But anyways, that's what's going on here, and they're thinking that this proof of stake system that's going to take place in September, this merge will transform Ethereum's monetary policy. We know that it's the triple, whatever they call it, the triple halving. What were they saying, D-Ray? That they were talking about that Bitcoin is so like Ethereum, they don't think it has a chance. What were they saying in this space?
Their first argument was to clarify that what is happening in September is not the merge like we think it's supposed to happen. That it's just the proof of stake, you know.
Right.
And the big argument that it led into is FUD. I mean, that's what it is. FUD, there's also FUD in crypto, but you've got these Bitcoin maximalists that they've been over on Ethereum. They've been in these meme tokens and all this stuff, and they've got burned. You know, we've all got burned, you know, with tokens. So this is kind of how they become Bitcoin maximalists. They trust that system. They do not want to operate back over here. But their argument was so funny, man. I found it hilarious, and I ended up on this space for like 2 hours listening to these people just because it was intriguing, but it was funny at the same time. But what they think is going to happen is you're going to have investors in the proof of work side, where it's going to cause this hard fork, and you're going to get the proof of stake side. And what it's going to do is it's going to cause this Ethereum war, because it's going to break off into two different Ethereum blockchains, and it's going to become a battle. And one is going to become one more valuable than the other, and it's going to deflate the price of Ethereum altogether. Like, it's going to be worthless, is what they were saying down the line.
Worthless. Is that what you said?
It's going to be worthless.
Well, it is. Like you said, that's what they're on. That's the team, right? And that's what you see in this space. That's why community is huge, right? And whether it's NFTs or crypto, you see it everywhere. Look at Doge. Look at that Doge army, right? All of it. And it's the same thing even with us. I believe, you know, obviously we are kind of one of our horses that we all love anyway is Ethereum as well. But I'm not so kind of locked in. I do Bitcoin as well. But yeah, it's kind of wild to hear, because when you said that, you know, it is funny, because you do only hear kind of one side. I really don't kind of go and hear that stuff. And it was cool to hear what you were talking about, right? So users need to learn that all their activities should be on layer 2, and then layer 2s ultimately will use Ethereum as a base layer 1 for settlement and security. So that's what he's talking about. After this kind of switch over, this is that's going to happen. You know, it is what Dusty was talking about. It's just the initial thing. I mean, this could take another 6 months, you know, I guess all the way to a year, right? I mean, it's like I said, it's just the initial thing. But it's good to finally start seeing that this is starting to take place, because I do see the energy thing that's going to help tremendously with the gas fees and the transaction fees. So, you know, obviously we would definitely want it to go smoothly, but who really knows, right? But I definitely don't think it's one of those where it's just not going to make Ethereum go to worth nothing, right? That's just Bitcoin, because I think that they see, and they're worried a little bit, right? That this could, right? I mean, I'm just saying, usually people don't do the negative stuff unless they're kind of threatened, right?
I think that also, I think we mentioned on Monday that Vitalik said that Ethereum is only 55% developed. There's more changes and progressive ideas that he has for this. So there's going to be advancements to it over coming years that are going to make it more efficient and faster. I think he was saying 100,000 per second, you know, transactions per second, which is huge. And you know, when you do that kind of thing and make it faster, more efficient, more economical, then, you know, obviously that's going to result in the price of ETH as well.
Yeah.
And if you'll do some studying into Bitcoin, I mean, I'm not going to fight against Bitcoin. I mean, Tim owns more Bitcoin than I do, because I own 0. But I mean, when you read into it, you know, Bitcoin is their idea is it's going to be the worldwide currency. Like, this is the only token. This token's going to take over. It's going to be the worldwide currency. But it really wasn't built to be a currency like that. It was built to combat the banks. Is kind of what Bitcoin's main use is. But yeah, that's their main philosophy. It's like, this is going to be one worldwide currency. It's going to dominate everything. But if you get to reading into it, the some of the numbers on it, like I've always heard like how much it costs, the energy cost of Bitcoin, and it's very, very surprising. I mean, the world's banking system, all the banks that's got billions and billions of users, use 1/3 of the power that it costs that Bitcoin miners are using. So I mean, it's kind of incredible. And then you look at the process of transactions with Bitcoin compared to the process of transactions with Ethereum. I know we all think Ethereum can get way better, but the numbers they're astronomically different, So I can see why they get worried. And they're like, I need to get some ETH back, but I'm afraid to get back over there, So.
Yep. Well, and that's the overall. This thing right here, reducing 90% of the supply. That's what I look at. I mean, that's kind of huge, right? That's why we call it the triple halving. And again, that's not like this happens on September. This is a process, right? But when that happens, if you don't see how that could be affecting the price, that's huge, man.
And it's huge with Bitcoin. I mean, that's coming up in 2024, their next halving, and it's always huge. It's those graphs that you look at, you can almost look and see every time that happens what it does to Bitcoin's price. So, I mean, I'm not against Bitcoin. Bitcoin's not going anywhere, I mean, I call it the grandfather and the grandmother is Bitcoin and ETH. They're never going anywhere. But I like this. I think there's a chance this could happen. That ETH could overtake Bitcoin.
I do too. So that's good, man. So education in crypto payments will spark mass adoption, says this Checkoutcom exec. And they're integrating, crypto as with like every realtor, or not realtor, but retailer that's out there. And I'm going to jump over to their site again. When we do this, it doesn't mean that this is something that you just go and use right immediately. I'm just going through the news and kind of seeing what was very interesting. This thing, could result in an increase of security and speed and efficiency through crypto payments, right? And this is, like I said, dealing directly with, with regular normal retailers across the board. And it's not like merchants, right? Here, increasingly merchants are accepting crypto payments via a third party who will convert to and settle in I can't say the word, fiat, so that the merchant doesn't bear price volatility risk versus their expenses. And that's the big thing, is that's why a lot of businesses don't want to use it. I mean, look what we're just kind of dealt with now. Say you sold a car in Ethereum back in February, January. That didn't lose that much value. The car already, it loses value getting off the lot. But now imagine the currency dropping, from 4,000, 3,000 to down almost to $1,000. There's a big difference. So that's what merchants don't want to mess with that, right? They just want a very stable. That's why people like stable coins. They want a very stable currency. So that's what this company, crypto, or this let me see, there it goes, Checkout.com is doing. So I'll go back over there. But that's their service. And when they start getting these merchants that are on there, they're educating the larger players about the advantages and the use cases of crypto. So that shifts the needle, absolutely, especially for those who incorporate crypto into their business in a meaningful way. So if they kind of get them up to speed, educate them, and not have all that volatility, right? And they say, hey, we'll just take care of it. We'll be this middleman for now, right? But they're educating them to what it really is. So when, I guess, they take this governor off, then they can immediately just start taking crypto. But if you look at it, this is payments for the digital economy. That's what this Checkout.com is. And you can see, as I go down here, this is what it looks like, right? So here's the middleman. Like I said, that's obviously going to be something that's in crypto, NFTs, all of it. In Web3, we always talk about getting rid of the middleman. But for adoption, this is going to be absolutely necessary, I guess, right? So whether you use all of these MasterCards, here, all this stuff over here, you come over here, this thing's, does what it does. And then you go and it issues out to these different banks and stuff like that. It's a two-way street. This thing's going to be in the middle, right? So, I just thought it was interesting that they're partnering with a lot of different places, right? So you get down here, you're talking about Sony and, Newegg, Getty Images, and, there's a lot of companies. Obviously, this is just the kind of initial thing. But again, that's what all this is about is, starting to onboard, big companies. That's great. I'm going to be buying video games with some Doge. That's great. PlayStation, stuff like that. But like I said, just thought it was interesting. This is another thing called dynamic NFTs. And I remember in Arizona, we got to be on stage talking with Dr. Christie. And I brought this up myself is because dynamic NFTs are what's called living tokens that change over time. And these dynamic NFTs, literally by the external data that comes in or whatever that you use to kind of come in and aggregate this data source, it makes the NFT change, right? Either the image or whatever in there, it changes on it. So it's very interesting. And when we were talking to Dr. Christie, that was what she did. Is she helped people with wellness, right? Either talking with just with their health, because obviously when you're healthy, you think more clearly. There was a lot of things that she did, but for wellness, right? So that's what we were discussing when we were on stage with her, and it was cool. It was like a workshop. She never even heard of NFTs, and we're sitting there listening to her business model, and we're literally trying to have the answers while we were on stage. And this is something that I immediately kind of thought up was dynamic NFTs, because as a person was going through her, her program, say it is, it's a certain diet that they needed to be on. Well, as this information, whether they plug it in on through their phone or however they do it, as this person goes through this program, the NFT could go ahead and start changing and tell her every day, okay, you need to eat more vegetables today. 80% more vegetables, 20% meat, or however. I'm not a dietitian, but that's what was happening with these NFTs, because I want to go in here and just talk about it. And a living NFT is all about dynamism, as opposed to normal profile pictures. So projects such as CryptoPunks, they're a static one, but living NFTs offer exciting ways for holders to link their behavior and actions on chain and IRL with NFTs that they collect. So again, that's crazy. And again, I don't know how you hook it up. You could be, like I said, on a phone, whatever the information that comes into the NFT, it changes. And the one what I'm going to look at is Beeple, and I'm going to jump down there. Beeple did one, and it's kind of goofy. It's political, and I don't care. I'm not getting into politics either way. But he did an NFT that changed, and I don't know if people understand that. If originally, Beeple's real name is Michael Winkleman, aka Beeple, right? And he did one for the presidential election, okay? And it's crazy, right? So all it did is hold the data of who won the presidential election, right? So he had one with Donald Trump, and he pipped Joe Biden at the ballot box, right? So Joe Biden won, and there was two things of how this NFT was going to go. By the information coming in, if Trump won, he would be going through the city like Godzilla and just, stomping and acting like, all he won. But obviously what we saw is Donald Trump didn't win. And it had a big animation of a bloated Trump corpse rotting in the park. So actually what happened with the election made this NFT be what the actual artist, the artist's work is. And again, I don't want to get into, the artwork, because I don't think it's in here anyway. But it's just interesting, if you kind of really start looking back and thinking that's pretty cool. So as things are happening, because I'm going to jump down to this NBA one, because there was a basketball one, right? That NBA NFTs did. This is called the association, right? And what this did was the NBA, followed in 2022. The league launched its own collection of dynamic NFTs. the association. That's what this is called. So each NFT represents a player from one of 16 participating teams. Over the course of the playoffs, the NFT changes its appearance based on the player's performance with dunks, blocks, three-pointers, rebounds, or assists, causing the player's image to change while the team's performance affects the NFT's background and frame. So and this is the final one after all that happened, but as the game and all the NBA season was going on, this was changing the backgrounds, this was changing the players, and it also kind of reordered them of what this was. But this is the NFT, and it kind of adjusted throughout the season and the playoffs. So again, I know this doesn't look much, but think about that as things happen of how cool we're getting here, right? We always talk about is we really don't know what this is going to look like, but that's kind of wild, man.
That's exciting. That's amazing to me because I'm thinking like let's animate NFT. So let's take Lazy Lion. So they come out with their cubs, right?
Right.
You know about this FOMO. So what if their whole project started with the cub, and the longer you held that thing, the more valuable it become because this cub actually became a lion, and when you sold that thing, it went back to a cub again. And that person had to build that value into it, as they held that thing longer. Or we could even get into asset-backed NFTs like the Bees have. And every time you beast mode this sucker, it gets some kind of animation or growth to it or something. I like that. That's really cool, man. It's exciting.
Yeah, it is. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff, as we learn more and more, the space is, man, it's just in its infancy, and we can go deep, man. And like I said, we're just touching the surface of where all this is going. I think FOMO, you had somebody and they were talking about the NFT souls, right? Or wasn't it something like that?
Yeah, that new token by I get his name wrong.
Yeah, Vitalik. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah.
So he came up with something where it would follow you forever. It's a 1-on-1.
Yep.
It would theoretically put your soul on there, and it could be even your DNA. It could be a lot of things. In your fingerprints, it could be who you are. I thought it was pretty amazing concept when you think about it.
Yep, absolutely.
And I think that, and then put it on a family tree. How amazing if you can build your family tree, and then if you didn't know an uncle or you didn't know anybody, part of your family that lived in a different part of the world, you can now talk, be there with, you can get to know them. I thought it was a pretty interesting concept.
Yeah, right on. And I agree with Steve as well. M2 will be the world currency. I agree. And, I do that by what I hold most in my wallet. And that is, I love M2. Yep. Bitcoin is a store of wealth, and ETH is moving to be more transactional. Yep. And it's also, just a place where everybody builds. All the developers can do smart contracts. It's amazing. Thank you, Mauricia. Appreciate you. And I know that the Spanish team is starting to do their own space as well. It's awesome. And, go check it out. And yes, just like that, I agree as well, Richie. That's M2 will be a world currency. Right. And it's the first ever decentralized centralized bank. And if you don't know what that is, you should go look it up. There's all kinds of cool white papers. A lot of people, in this ecosystem, we love M2, right?
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. But I'm all wrapped up here.
All right. Very good. Parting thoughts? Anybody? D-Ray? FOMO?
Royal, dude, we gotta have a Royal. Come on, what's going on with this auction? I think it's broke. I think we need to get on the horn.
I'll ask for 2 Royals this one.
Yeah. Shuffle
2 Royals.
Shuffle the deck.
Yeah, there you go. But if you could give it a like, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share. It helps out huge, big time. So, that's what we were talking about, how we just passed with subscribers, over 10,000. So that could have been anybody on here, right? It's not even just us that are on this show. It's all, everybody's watching as a community. Somebody shared it, and it took off somewhere. So amazing. Appreciate it. That is more in the Asian market too. So we can look at stats and do things like that. But all those things help. And you never know who kind of did that sparked it. So We appreciate that. Thank you.
Excellent. Very good. Well, with that, I guess we'll save the reveals for the morning. FOMO, you can talk about those on your show.
You know it.
And we'll be back here tomorrow night. So your new time starts next week. Tomorrow you're going to start at 10 a.m. Eastern?
I got to still get permission from the bosses.
Okay.
I was just pushing it out there, so it puts more of the pressure on them to let me move an hour earlier.
Got it.
My goal is 9 to 11 Eastern time, and that would be great for Hatsack and I. Like I said, the prep time on the show, the preparation, I will let you know when you finally guys see it on Twitter, on Crypto Swarm, the social bees. It took me like 2 hours to get that tweet the way I wanted it. I mean, I'm sitting there not liking anything. You just look at it, you're like, hey, that's a nice tweet. 2 hours of my life gone on that tweet alone. Just want to let you know.
You need to line them up, FOMO. Get some ready. You know what I mean? Get some in the hopper.
I'm working on it.
I know.
Listen to me. My hopper is empty. Some people just put me on Bulletproof. You ever hear of Bulletproof?
Yeah, the coffee. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love butter.
I'm doing Bulletproof now. A little bit of oil, a little bit of butter.
Coconut oil and butter.
Yeah.
Right?
So I want to let everybody know it doesn't taste like French vanilla. I'm just letting everybody know if you like a little pumpkin latte or a little bit of flavor in your coffee, it does not. So
well, don't just do it just to do it. That's for keto, man. Don't just be.
No, I'm doing it because I need to be healthy. I got people who are on me because they love me and they want me to be around longer.
I do. I'm telling you, but I'm saying it's for keto. I mean, yeah, I hear you. My bad, man.
Are you a bulletproof guy?
Sensitive tonight. What is wrong with y'all, man?
Hey, are you a bulletproof guy? Are you a bulletproof guy?
I used to when I was on keto. That's what you want. You want high fat. If you're on keto, you're burning fat. Your body burns three different things: protein, fat.
Hey, that's a whole nother show. I'm just like I'm on two things. I'm on bulletproof, and thank you. See that, Kareem? Thank you. I'm on bulletproof, and I'm doing fasting now. You get to eat 8 hours. You get to not eat for 16. Right. That's very difficult for me. I just want to let you know that's extremely difficult. Extremely.
You can do it.
Difficult.
All good, Ariel.
Yeah.
Yep. But that's all good. Yes, it's for another show. I hear you. But appreciate it. Thank you, guys, and thanks everybody watching. We really appreciate it. Yep.
We'll be back 24 hours from now, and we'll 23 hours from now, and we'll do it all again. And hopefully, we'll have a couple Royals to look at, get some excitement.
Oh, cannot wait.
Not that this wasn't exciting. Some great stuff. Turkey pulling out 10,000. It was great. It was a great night.
Yeah, maybe that lumberjack can take a day off. He knows what I'm talking about. I'm going to send him a text message right now. If I see 2 Royals up there, he's taking the day off.
The bees don't take a day off. We'll keep going.
Oh, that guy. He's the lumberjack.
Bees never sleep. Bees never sleep.
I don't think he ever sleeps. I think this is one of the best things that's ever happened to the lumberjack. The auction. Love that guy.
Good night, Kareem.
Good night.
All right, very good. We'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you.
Love you.